Hello, everybody. This is Matthew Brand. Thanks for tuning in. Now, today in this episode, I'm going to be talking about the cornerstone of pleasure. Now, the cornerstone of pleasure is a tricky one. It's probably the trickiest one for me to really explain. It should be simple, right? Pleasure is the good feelings you provide towards other people, the good feelings they provide towards you. And it kind of, a lot of people, when they hear the word pleasure, they think straight to like love making. But really, pleasure is any type of good feeling. It can be just joy that you have that's just at the core of your personality. It can be fulfillment, which is a little more conditional if things are going well and you feel like you're making a difference or you feel like you're in a good spot in your life. You can have that fulfillment or happiness. And then you have thrills, which it's more conditional upon something that releases endorphins like sex, drugs, money, or getting money, doing something nice for somebody, making love to your spouse, gambling, all kinds of different things releasing endorphins, smoking, drinking, coffee, all that stuff. But it should not be confused with just doing random stuff. Like the point of the Pleasure Cornerstone is it creates a balance between power. Power can very, very often be addictive. If you go after power, you're working to be an influence, you're working for money, to look good, to do all that stuff. But without pleasure, you can do that stuff to gain love, but without pleasure, it's kind of creates a wonder why you're even doing it for. Sometimes people focus too much on pleasure, on the other hand, and they end up like the prodigal son. They take their money, they go out for wine, women, and song, and then they have nothing to show for it, and they feel like they would have been better off being, basically just staying living with their parents, not even living with their parents, just working for their parents. That's what the basic story of Prodigal Son was. Now, it's the same thing with pleasure and power. These different things, they balance each other out. When you had a cornerstone, it's the opposite cornerstone is meant to balance the other one out. It also provides pleasure provides an incentive for people to do stuff. It incentivizes you. You can use it to incentivize others, and you should ultimately understand that it's a very important part of success. If you're not enjoying yourself, are you really successful? Are you really happy? So make sure that pleasure's in your life, but look for the joy, look for the fulfillment. The thrills, they come and go. You can always have a thrill, but they become empty over time. The more you do them, the more you get used to them, the more they don't mean as much. But if you focus on having a joy at the core of your being, if you focus on being pleasurable, the third part of pleasure, being pleasurable, being pleasing to be around is what I'm saying. Then you come to the third part of pleasure, which is it attracts company. If you're if you give pleasure out, or if you have if you're pleasing, right? I don't mean be a people pleaser, but if you're pleasing to be around, if you do things for others that they enjoy, that brings them fulfillment, that brings them thrills and whatever, then you get acquaintances, and that leads to the fourth cornerstone, which we'll talk about next time, which is basically, and I've said this a different way, but a belonging, right? A community. That shouldn't be confused with love, and I'll get into that when I talk about it next time. But till then, thanks for tuning in, and God bless you. I wish you all the happiness and success. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. If not, subscribe. Make sure you help this information get to people that need it. Thank you.